Alright, it's a new year and we all know that means one thing, new smartphones, and today we're lucky enough to have an early hands-on look of the brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G, which has just been announced and it's releasing in a couple of weeks' time. Now before we get stuck into the thing that you're almost interested about, which is the camera, there are a few other really awesome new features and specs that I thought we'd go over real quick. Okay, so in terms of the design, the S21 Ultra is slightly different from the S20 Ultra. You can see that on the back we've got more of a brushed matte finish as opposed to the glossy finish on the previous model. Apart from that, it's a very similar size, very similar shape. It feels amazing and it looks extremely clean. So massive thumbs up in terms of the design on this new phone. Now the S21 Ultra has Samsung's brightest display yet. And with a 6.8 inch screen, you're really gonna be able to make full use of all those awesome 8K videos that you've captured using your device. Now probably my favorite thing about the display on this phone is the fact that it has a 120 Hz refresh rate. Basically what this means is everything that you do on your phone is going to be super smooth, super fast, and all the touches that you make are going to be extremely responsive. So whether you're scrolling through menus, up and down, making different adjustments, or whether you're watching videos or someone that enjoys gaming, everything is going to be extremely smooth and responsive, and it's just going to make your overall viewing experience a lot more enjoyable. Now, one of the most exciting things about the S21 Ultra is that it's now S Pen compatible. And this is the first time we've seen the S Pen being used with an S series device from Samsung. And from previous experience, the S Pen is amazing when it comes to productivity on your smartphone. So it's great for creating handwritten notes, for editing or annotating Excel spreadsheets, or signing different PDF documents on the go. Basically, it just transforms your smartphone device into a notepad. There's also a bunch of different ways that you can get creative with the S Pen, and I personally love using it to create awesome Instagram stories. It's just great for annotating, drawing different lines, making handwritten notes and annotations, and it really just helps bring your Instagram stories to life and make them a little bit more fun and creative. I also love using it for photo editing, whether it's on Lightroom or in the native Samsung photo app. It's just really great to dial in those little adjustment sliders and make any brush adjustments over images. Nothing too crazy, but it just really helps with the accuracy of things and the overall productivity of using your device. Let's talk about photos and videos on the new S21 Ultra. So in terms of stills, the S21 Ultra, like its previous model, shoots 108 megapixel stills, which is great on paper, but when you're shooting photos, you have to understand that the sensor size on a smartphone is obviously a lot smaller than a sensor size on a DSLR. So if you're comparing it to a DSLR, obviously the quality isn't going to be as good if it was a full frame sensor, but in terms of 108 megapixel stills, the quality that you're gonna get is incredible for a smartphone. And like Samsung say, you can zoom in, crop in, and you can still get a great image regardless of what you've shot. Now, something else that's new to the camera this year is Space Zoom 2.0. So last year, Samsung introduced Space Zoom on the S20 Ultra, which allowed us to zoom in 100 times to different subjects. And you notice a significant fall off in quality at about 30 times zoom. So this year Samsung have said they've really improved the quality of the zoom. Now this is done through digital stabilization and a bunch of other different digital enhancement features, but I definitely have noticed an improvement with the super zoom as opposed to last year on the S20. Alright, so the feature that I probably use the most when it comes to stills, and something that I've been really impressed by on the new S21 Ultra, is Pro Mode. Now this is my go-to feature on any smartphone, and even though you can only shoot 12 megapixel stills in this mode, you do have the ability to capture raw images, which is going to make your editing and your post-processing a lot easier, and you're going to achieve some incredible results if you're familiar with editing those types of files. As you can see here, I just set my phone up on a tripod with a self timer, walked off in front of the camera and snapped a few different images using Pro Mode, and you can see with the before and afters here how much you can really impact those colors and how much room you have to edit these files. And I just love the colors and the way that these images turn out, and I think it's incredible for a smartphone to be able to capture these types of images. I'll more often than not just shoot in Pro Mode because I've got full control over my ISO, my shutter speed, and all those types of things, and the files that I'm shooting are going to be RAW and JPEG, so I'm going to be able to edit them them exactly the way that I want. All right, now moving on to the feature that I'm most excited about, which is the video on the new S21 Ultra. And in my opinion, it's got arguably the best video features of any smartphone on the market right now. So obviously Samsung are marketing this phone as being able to shoot 8K, which is true, and we saw it on the previous model with the S20 Ultra. I've gone out and I've tested the new 8K, and I gotta say it is an improvement on the previous model's 8K in terms of stabilization and wobble and all that sort of stuff. It does crop in quite considerably, but if you're looking for insane quality, the 8K video mode is super impressive, and you're really gonna be able to notice it with the awesome new display as well on this phone. Now, the thing that I love most about shooting videos in 8K is the fact that you can take screen grabs and capture 33 megapixel stills from those videos. So to do that, all you need to do is select a video you've captured in 8K, scrub along to the moment that you want to capture a still from, tap that little photo icon in the top left, and you've got a 33 megapixel still image, which is going to edit up pretty nicely from my experience, and it's just a great way to kill two birds with one stone when you're out shooting. Now, Samsung have jam-packed a bunch of other really cool video features and specs into the camera this year, and probably the most impressive from me is being able to shoot Ultra HD in 30 frames all the way up to 60 frames. So that means capturing super slow motion in practically 4K quality on a smartphone. I think you can't rival that really. You can shoot in the wide lens, the standard lens, the zoom lens, all in 60 frames per second, giving you slow motion. So if you're someone like me that likes to go out and shoot cinematic clips and create B-roll sequences and just shoot different things on the go, the quality on this phone is really gonna stand up. I'm definitely planning on creating a little cinematic B-roll sequence using this phone just to show you guys what it is capable of once I've spent a little bit more time with it and kind of wrap my head around all the features and the video capabilities properly. But apart from that, guys, that's pretty much it from me today. I hope that you enjoyed this early look into the brand new series of phones from Samsung. From first impressions, it's pretty impressive, and I think obviously apart from the new design and the fact that it has the S Pen, the camera is definitely a standout feature on this phone, and it's something that I'm going to be making great use of this year, just in terms of mobile photography and shooting videos on the go. This is going to be my daily driver for the next few months for sure, and I'm really looking forward to testing it out more and updating you guys with some really cool content along the way. So if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. And with that all said and done, I will see you next time.